guys, and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Welcome. My name is Aiden. I am so happy that you are here. I don't think I introduced myself in the last one of these, so my apologies for that. Anyway, today is a continuation of my lipstick collection. So the first video I did in this series was my favorite liquid lipsticks, ones that I wear and I feel really confident in it, and I really like how they look, and they're just like, no matter what, I know if I put it on, I'm going to be happy with the lipstick look. These are lipsticks, liquid lipsticks that I like. So I have another one of these containers. This one also is not quite full. This middle, it doesn't have the same amount of like compartments, but it's the same size. So I probably have about half of one missing in all, or maybe one compartment if we look at what I had in the other container. So I have quite a few. I have more of these than I do of my favorites. These are ones that I like how they perform and I like how they look, but they're not ones that if I grab them, I'm going to be like, oh yes, that's perfect. The other set were like ones that I knew that no matter what, I would enjoy. These are ones that I have to be in the mood for. I like them. I don't always like the formula so much, or it might be the color I don't feel comfortable with. So I'm just going to start swatching and kind of tell you about them as we go. So we're going to start with the little ones in the middle because I have lots of sample size ones. Before I start swatching, just a reminder, if you haven't subscribed already, please do consider subscribing. Don't forget to give this a like because that helps out small YouTubers so very much. And then leave me a message down below. Let me know what liquid lipsticks you like, what ones you don't like, what shades you gravitate towards. We're going to start with Smashbox. This is in the shade Audition. This is their always on, there's so many words. Always on liquid lipstick. This is an okay shade. It's just, you know, it's kind of browny, and I don't go for browns a whole lot. They're not really like my favorites. They're not what I feel super comfortable with, or if they're too nudie, just not a fan of those in general either. Then we have this one. I think this one, I honestly don't know what this one is called. This is from Tarte. This is another one that's this might be birthday suit. It could be birthday suit. I think I have a birthday suit in here too. Let me look for that and see. We're going to compare. So here is birthday suit. I actually think this is a different formula, so I don't think that's birthday suit. It's similar in color, but I don't know what color this one was, but that's birthday suit. It's one of those kind of nudie type shades, so not one that I really love or reach for on a regular basis. So yeah. Then we have another one. This is Spicy. This is another Tarte. These are like, they have the more thick ones that are slightly minty, and then there's the more liquidy ones. The birthday suit's one of the more liquidy ones. Spicy and the unnamed one, because they printed it on the bottom, but they kind of leak. So it has worn off on some of them, and it's very hard to read on some, and some it's completely gone on, which is kind of annoying. Like, make a better product. The one that doesn't, like, they stand upright all the time. I don't know why they're leaking. From Ofra, this is Brickle. I like their formula. I talked about that in the last video, that I really like the formula, but this is not a color that I wear a whole lot or really reach for too much. It's a very bright red. It's just, you know, not my favorite. I feel like I liked this one. This is American Woman by Nars. Let's watch it. Let's see why I put it in this category instead of the other one. Okay, so it's probably due to the formula. I do like this color though. Like, I think that's a pretty color. But this is, like I said in the last one, the Nars, there's so many words. It's the Power Matte Lip Pigment. It's so liquidy. You have to be very precise with it. And I feel like for this color, I can find other colors that I like in other formulas, but the one that I showed in my Loves was such an unusual color. I don't have anything that's quite that way, so that's why I made it into the Loves instead. Okay, we have Beauty by Popsugar. This is the shade Be Racy. It's a liquid velvet lip. And we'll do one more swatch over here. It's kind of similar. It's a little darker than the Nars, but that's what it looks like. Are you seeing a pattern? Like, they're okay shades. Like, none of these are horrendous. The ones that I really don't like are in my declutter. Then I have Paris from NYX. This is the Soft Matte Lip Cremes. These are really nice, but this is just not a color that I reach for too much. And I find these ones, I feel like I have to really build up So I go in and I build up over and over and over again to get like opacity throughout my lips and make them look even. So there's that one. This one is not my favorite. This is Dolly from Lime Crime. This is a very interesting shade. This is another one that you have to kind of build up, and I feel like I have to kind of pack it on my lips almost. I don't even know. Can you see that? If my face goes out of the monitor, then the color like goes all distorted, but yeah, that's what it looks like. It's okay. And then I have this one. This is Sasha. I really liked, I had another liquid lipstick from Lime Crime that I really liked, and it was like a purple metallic, slightly purple, and that was like one of my favorites. But Sasha, very similar. Like, you're probably seeing a pattern. Other ones are just okay, but they're not favorites. Okay, this one. I don't like this formula. This is not a formula I would pick. This is from MAC. This was with their Pac Hyman. It was the... I don't know, some collaboration. I don't know who that is. I just know it's a person. This formula, I hate this formula so much. The color is all right. I actually kind of like the color, but the formula on this, I just don't like. It doesn't dry down. It doesn't go on very well. And by the time you get it enough on it so that it covers everything, it just feels really heavy and kind of goopy on the lips, and not a fan of that, but I'm keeping it. Okay, we have another one from NYX, the Soft Matte Lip Creams. This is Dublin. This one, I think you can buy separately. I got this in an eyeshadow palette. I like this shade. It's not my favorite shade, but, you know, of my Soft Matte Lip Creams, I like it more than the other ones that are in this go-round. I have another one. What is this? This is Madrid. This one is kind of like a deep red. I don't like it. It's similar to Copenhagen, but I feel like Copenhagen just is a little bit more exciting than Madrid. So Copenhagen was in my last go-round, in case you're wondering. Colored Raine. This is the shade 24/7. I have gotten another one of this, and the packaging is slightly different from Ipsy. This one I bought directly from Colored Raine. I don't like this formula. It dries kind of unevenly. Not unevenly. It dries and it makes it patchy, and it just feels really dry on the lips and flaky, which I don't like that in a liquid lipstick formula. So it's another one that I'm not a fan of. Okay, this is what I have on my lips. I actually like this one, but there are times when I put it on and I'm just like, I don't like that color. I don't want to wear that. This is Los Angeles Jealous. And this is Dose of Colors. This is such a pretty kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a bricky red, but not quite a bricky red. So that's what I'm wearing. I do like it. It's one that most of the Dose of Colors, like, there's at times when I don't like them, but I do like them as a formula. I think they're really good. Date Night, another Dose of Colors. This one is just a little too red. This is not one that I really reach for all that much. You're gonna notice a trend here. I also have Lazy Daisy. This one's a little too cool toned for my everyday taste. It's not really one that I reach for either because of that cool toned nature. I have more Dose of Colors, but they're in a different section, so we'll get to those eventually. But first, we're going to look at Hank and Henry. I like the packaging on these. They're kind of cool. It looks like a lipstick when it's upside down, but then it is just your regular liquid lipstick. This color is a little too much for me. It's okay, but it's not one that I gravitate towards very much, so that's why it's in here. I'm not a massive fan of the formula either. I love the formula on this one, though. This is Showgirl from Charlotte Tilbury, or Charlotte Tilbury. It's very similar in color, and that's why it's in this go-round instead of in the Loves. I had Too Bad I'm Bad. That's one of my favorite that I put in my first go-round. Really loved that one, but this one just not quite as much. We have one from Il Makiage. This packaging is so heavy. Like, this has heft to it. It feels like, I don't know, like you could hurt somebody with this, honestly. This is the shade Matte Danger, and this is a shade that I knew I shouldn't have opened, and I looked at it, I was like, you know, I'm probably not going to wear it that much, but I decided to open it anyway because I wanted to try the formula. The formula is okay. I haven't worn it. I don't know if I've worn it enough to like have an opinion on it, but the shade is just, it's not one that I gravitate towards, not one that I'm going to be like, ooh, that's really pretty. I want to go for that. It's just a little too dark. We're going to do one last one before I wipe off all these swatches. This is from NYX. This is the Cosmic Metals, and this is in the shade, where is it? Crystallized Metal. They all have different names. This does not dry down. This I have to be in the mood for. Like, it's very pretty. It's a color that I would reach for, but I don't love the formula. It's very thick. It almost feels like a really thick gloss, and I'm not a big thick gloss girl. I'm barely a gloss girl. Like, we're working through my glosses. Like, I've gone through a lot of glosses this year so far, which is really impressive, but they're not my favorites. So yeah, can you tell a pattern of the shades that I kind of like, but they're not ones that I automatically reach for? Okay, continuing on, we have one from Too Faced. This is their Melted Matte. These I talked about the last time. Some of them can go rancid, so I always smell them. Okay, smells okay. I've had a couple of them go rancid, and oh, it is not pleasant. This is the shade Sellout. It's kind of a shade that I kind of like it. But it's not one that, you know, when I put it on, I'm like, oh, that looks so good. You know, it's kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, it's a fine shade. It's not anything to write home about or to get overly excited about. Same thing with Cinnamon Bear. This one I did win from a friend. It does smell good. Like, it has a nice kind of slightly cinnamony scent to it. So that's that one. They're both fine. This is a formula, not my favorite. I did have one of these in the other video because I just loved the color so much, but this is ABH, Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the shade Crush, and yeah, it is super nude. It's not my favorite shade. It's not my favorite formula. It's a little difficult. We have one from Jules Smith. This is the Namaste All Day. I had two of these and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try them, and then I was like, nope. Yeah, this one is very similar to the other ones that I just watched. It's fine. It's just not one that I really love. The formula, I feel like it's just okay. It's another one like the El Makiage that I just really haven't reached for enough or worn enough to like have a super opinion on the formula. A lot of these other ones I do. One from Colourpop. This is the only one that I have that hasn't gone bad from Colourpop, which is amazing, and I don't know why this one is magical. This is the Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Dopey, and all of the other ones are just gross, and like went rancid and stuff. This one's fine. Don't know what it is. It's a little cool tone. That's why it's in this. And the formula isn't my favorite. I will wear a satin lip. They're ultra matte lips. No, I don't like those at all. We have one from Kat Von D or KVD. I got these when they were Kat Von D though. This is Lolita 2, and I don't know. One, I don't love her titles. I don't know. I have issues with some of the things. I'm not going to get into that. But just, you know, a little orangey for my taste. A little orangey brown. Not really the type of shade that I normally reach for. We have one from Grande Lips. This is the shade Desert Peak. This one, the color's fine. I don't really have issues with the color. It's more pinky than other ones. But this one has that Grande, like, cayenne. I don't even know what it is, but it burns. Like, this hurts on your lips, and then it goes away, and it's fine. It's not as bad as the gloss, I don't feel, but it still has that stuff in it. So it's intense, and that's why it's in this pile instead of my favorites. Then I have one from Urban Decay. This is their Vice. What were these called? Why? It's a lip stain. It's in Love Child, but like, I don't know. I'm having a hard time reading the shape, all the words on it because of the way that they printed it. I'm going to put it over here on the side again, like I did with my other stains with the last video. So this one you definitely have to build up. I don't really like, it's fine. It feels nice on the lips, which is basically why I wear it. I don't wear it for the color though. Like, to me, this could just be a lip gloss and it wouldn't have any more effect on me than that. Okay, moving into the middle, we have this one. Oh my gosh. My friend gave me this one. She had the Allure subscription when they did this, and I had not, but she decided it wasn't a good shade for her. So she gave it to me. This is Alluring from Huda Beauty. She did not use it on her lips. She swatched it on her hand and was like, nope. I love the formula of Huda. It's one that I really do enjoy. But yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. It's kind of a crazy shade. And there are certain times when I'm like, yes. But other times I'm like, no, I'm not ready for that shade. We have a soft matte lip creme or cream from NYX. This is Prague. I love that they're named after all of these cities. And hopefully most of them I pronounce correctly. So that's what it looks like. It's a pretty color. It's just, you know, a little purpley for what I normally wear. I was really thinking I was going to love this one. This is from I Heart Revolution. It's the Tasty Peach Soft Peach Liquid Lipstick, and it's in the shade Apricot, which is kind of funny. There's oil all over it though, and I'm not really sure it's coming from the tube. I don't know why that happens and like why it spreads and goes up. It's a weird phenomenon that I don't understand. It's too peachy. It's very light, just not type of shade that I really like on my lips. Same with this. I love this formula. This is from BareMinerals. This is Swag. So it's just a little cool toned. It's fine. It's just not one that I super reach for. Same thing with the Persona. I like this formula. This is just not my favorite color. And this was the closest color that I saw of something that I would normally wear. But it's a little too baby pink, a little too, you know, bluey pink. That's why it's in this one. Phase Zero. This is the shade Undercover. I'm trying to remember what I feel about this formula. I must not really love this formula because I like this color. So that's what it looks like. It's a very pretty color. Like that's a color I would wear, but I just don't like the formula too much. Okay, this one I put the matte version of in my loves. And this one, it's just, I don't know. It doesn't look quite as good on the lips. And I think that's just the matte or the metallic version of it. Don't know why. It just seems like slightly off color. Okay, next we have a Milani. I had one of these in my loves. And then I tried to pick up some other ones and I didn't like them nearly as much. This is the shade Loved. And it's fine. It's just a little, you know, that brownie, slightly orangey shade. It's fine. It's just not a love. Same thing with this with the color. Not a big fan of WSM. I like the formula. Like I said in my last video, I think the Urban Decay Vice formula is great. Just not a big fan of that color. Same thing with this Too Faced Metallic. This is Our Lips Are Sealed. I have another one that I really like that's a little bit more pinky. This one's just a little too peachy, apricot-y. Just not one that I really reach for all that much. Just too much. Covergirl. These smell atrocious. I will just say this. This is the shade Ballerina. I kind of like this one. It's very similar, but it's not metallic, and I think that's why I like it just a little bit more. Oh my gosh, do they stink? They smell like, I don't know, like straight chemicals. They've smelled like that since day one, though, so it's just the way they smell. Mocha from Ofra. I love Ofra's formula. This is just not my favorite. It's a little too browny of a shade. I'm not a big fan of browns. That's just it. Model Zone. Rest in peace. This is the Berry Steel. This is their liquid metal matte lipsticks. I like this one. I wish I had some other colors from them. This one's just a little dark. I have the lip glaze in Cheat Day, which is one of my favorites. I talked about that one in my last video. It's a good one. They're a good formula. I'm sad they're gone. Bombshell from Huda. This is just another one that's not quite the type of shade that I normally go for. It's a little brown, a little brownie nude. Just, you know, not my favorite. We have from Tarte. This is the shade Festival. This came out. They did a whole collection that I really enjoyed, actually. But this one's just a little too cool toned. It's not one that I reach for a whole bunch because of how cool toned it is. Then we have Patina from Stila. This is the regular Patina. In my favorites, I did the shimmer one because I loved the shimmer one. So that's what that one looks like. We have one from Lime Crime. Oh, this is bleached. This is another one. I don't love the color. It's okay. But like I said, these are ones that I will wear, but there's only like certain occasions when I'm going to be wearing these and that I feel up for wearing them. Same thing with Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the shade Karina. It's not so much the color, like this color is obviously a special occasion, but it's the formula as well. It's okay. Just not just so much my favorite. We have from Urban Decay, these are the special effects. So these ones are actually a brush and then they dry down. So this is going to look just like kind of glitter on my skin. And yeah, it dries down and it's like solid though. It's not glossy in the slightest. It's so weird. It's not my favorite. Two last ones in this section and then I have one more section to go. I have the Tarte lip paint in the shade TBT. And okay, so the lip paint, are they both labeled lip paint? Hang on. Yeah, they both label them lip paint. So it's very difficult to tell, but you can tell the difference. These are like the more liquidy ones and these are the more creamy ones. I don't know. It's okay shade. Yeah, not my favorite shade, but I do like that formula. And then finally is Friendship from BareMinerals. This one is a little bit more liquidy than the other ones. The other ones feel more whipped. And so I think that tells you the formula. So it's okay. It's a little too browny for me, but these are all ones that I will use. And I want to work on using up more liquid lipsticks because obviously I have a lot. Okay, we are on our final like section. There's still a lot though. We're going to start with Milani. This is the shade Pretty. You know, it's a pretty shade. It's just not quite a love. It's close up there, but just not quite there. We have one for Sugarpill. I don't like this formula. That's part of it. I don't like the formula. I don't really like this color. I would not purchase another one from Sugarpill just because it's a little dark. Just not quite there. Ciate London, this is the glitter flip. This is in the shade Infamous, and this is the holographic one. I think I have a non-holographic one. I don't know what the difference is. So let's look at, oh no, I have candy. Never mind. I think I got rid of the regular glitter flip in Infamous, but unless, are you? Nope, that's not. Okay. I don't even know what I have in here anymore. So that are my glitter flips. They're fine. They just, you know, they feel kind of gimmicky and they're not shades that I would ever wear to teach because, like, really, would you want a teacher with glitter lips? Like, that just feels weird. Bend and Snap from Too Faced Melted Matte. Still smelling good. I did buy a backup of this when it was on BoxyCharm's Drop Shop because I do enjoy it. I think it's a very pretty color, but it's one that, it's not like one that I reach for on the regular, so that's why it's in here. Then we have Huda. This is the Demi Matte formula. I just don't like the Demi Matte formula nearly as much as their liquid lip, and that's because it doesn't dry down really, and this shade is probably not the best one for me to have picked up. I really like the, you know, I want something a little less peachy. I like warm tones, but just not quite that warm. My only Fenty, like, from this formula, this is the shade Uncuffed. This is the Stunna lip paint. This was the first, like, neutrally type shade they came out with because so many of them were so dark and were, like, crazy bright when they first came out. It's fine. It's just, it's an okay formula. It's an okay shade. I don't love it. Then we have from Tarte, this is Delish. The top is getting, it's like that rubbery type material and it's getting a little sticky, which is, I don't enjoy that. We have from Stila, this is one of the metallic ones. This is Miel Shimmer. And this is a little too browny. I thought this might be okay. A lot of these I bought when they were doing like Sephora or also were doing like the one-day sales, and I would just get whatever colors I thought I might like, and that was kind of a mistake. Storybook Cosmetics. Oh my, what is going on with Storybook Cosmetics? Like, I'm a member of their book club, and I've gotten 3 books in like 3 years. Like, and they keep saying, "Oh yeah, we're coming," and it's like, seriously? they're supposed to be putting out Wizard of Oz, and they're supposed to be putting out Alice in Wonderland, and it's taken forever. Anyway, this is the shade Fantasy. They haven't even gotten, like, they seem to have cleared out all of their stuff in their warehouse. They kept doing huge sales. I picked this one up, I don't know, when I did a Black Friday order a few years ago. I don't even remember because they're such a mess. I love their concept, but they're so disorganized. Like, man, bad business. Another one from Covergirl. This is the shade Insider. Once again, this one stinks to high heaven. I like the formula on the lips once it's on, once you don't smell it anymore. The color is fine. I like, both of these are fine colors from Covergirl. They're just, wish they were just a little bit more. Here we go. This is Strawberry Pop from Dose of Colors. This is one that I would have thought is like one of my favorites, but when I put it on, I was like, yeah, it's okay. It's not one that I really get excited to wear though. So that's why it's in this one. It's a pretty color, and I do like the formula a lot. This is American Doll from ABH. I got this in my Macy's advent calendar, and I should not have opened it. I should have known better. It's fine. It's just, how many reds do I need? Because I also have this one from Kat Von D, KVD. I know I keep saying Kat Von D because it's still Kat Von D in my head. This is the shade Outlaw. Slightly different shade of red. But do I wear a lot of reds? No. Just like this one. This is Lady Balls from Too Faced. What a dumb name. Like, I'm sorry. Sometimes Too Faced names, I'm just like, really? What are you thinking? So yeah, another red. And then we have this red too. This is Bittersweet from Dose of Colors. Dose of Colors formula is probably my favorite. I don't mind the KVD one. I don't mind the Too Faced one. So yeah, I have a plethora of reds, and I just don't reach for reds a lot. They're not really a shade that I wear all that much. I might try to do like a red declutter at some point. I don't know. Or maybe I should just wear reds more. Oh, we have another grande. This is the shade Sparkling Sangria. I wasn't really sure what to expect with this shade, but this is not a shade. I should probably just declutter this because honestly, I don't know if I will ever wear this shade. Just, it's not me. Then we have Meet Matte Hues from the Balm. This is the shade Charming. And it's fine. I didn't love the formula on this. I've only worn it like maybe once though, so maybe I'll grow to enjoy it more, but yeah, it's fine. Same thing with the Rare Beauty. I kind of liked this formula. This is the shade Confident. This was part of their birthday set, but I feel like it's the shade. I just don't love the shade, but I wouldn't mind trying a different color in the formula. So maybe. And then finally we have Medusa from Huda Beauty. This one's kind of gray tone. It's okay. It's nothing to like write home about, but it's not one that I hate so much on my lips that I never want to wear it ever again. So I would think that I probably have a few more just okay lipsticks that I do loves. I do have quite a few. I should probably count them up. I didn't think to do that on the last one, and honestly, I don't feel like counting right now. So maybe once I finish all of this, I need to check my inventory and make sure they're all in my inventory. And then I'll just tell you what my total is for bullet lipsticks versus liquid lipsticks. Yeah, so let me know if there are any shades in here that you actually like. Let me know what formulas you like in liquid lipsticks. Let me know how you're doing as well. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to talk to you next time. Bye.